Chapter 2. Mr. Wii, Caitlin, and Darian are all in a room in the village. Caitlin says, "Mr. Wii, you're so brave and courageous. Me and Darian look up to you, but what separates David apart from the other fighters is that he knows a special technique. We fighters have not reached a level to learn that yet, but you might be able to. The only problem is, there is nobody around here that can train special moves. The only way to train special moves is to go on the mountain 50 miles ahead. To beat David, you gotta see Seamus Barsley. He is in the top of the mountain, but be careful, there is a monster that is on the top of the mountain. Do you want me and Darian to come with?" Mr. Wii says, "Listen, if we have a chance of beating that monster, you two have to be on my level. We got 2 weeks until the tournament. Train in my gravity chamber for a week, then the following week, we will go up to the mountain and see this secret technique. Though we can't let David or anybody else know about our plan." Darian and Caitlin trained in the gravity chamber for 1 whole week. When Mr. Wii came, he told them their strength level. "Good job, Darian. You went from a 20 to a 800, and Caitlin, you went from a 10 to a 700. I think we will depart before anything comes up." But before anything, David comes. David says, "Mr. Wii, I know about your plan to learn special techniques. I would kill you right now, but my grandpa says no fighting until the tournament. Good luck going to the mountains, even I struggled myself, ha ha ha." Mr. Wii sees the old man and says, "Listen, I trained both Caitlin and Darian. I have to let all 3 of us know these special techniques. I know you don't condone or agree with us, but I am going to the mountains tomorrow." So the next day, the 3 embark in the mountains. They reach a forest and Darian says, "Mr. Wii, I'm hungry." And Caitlin was hungry too. Since Mr. Wii thought that Caitlin was pretty, he gave more of his bread to Caitlin. Darian says, "Mr. Wii, why do you favor Caitlin more?" And he says, no reason, Darian." Darian looked at him funny. They eventually reach the mountains. They reach the entrance and they see skulls and skeletons everywhere. It's obvious that many people have died trying to fight this monster. Darian says, Mr. Wii, I think we should go back." And Mr. Wii says, "No way, Darian." They go through the mountains. It was tough and grueling. It lasted for hours upon end. They scaled the mountain, fighting many monsters. Caitlin and Darian were hurt quite a bit, but Mr. Wii was only hurt slightly. They meet the monster, whose name is Dragoid, and he says, "What do you suckers want? Do you want to test your strength in battle and learn about the secret technique of lightning strike?" Mr. Wii says, "Where's Seamus Barsley?" Dragoid says, "Oh, that's all just a myth. I actually teach the techniques myself." "Well, fine. But let's make things more interesting. Since you seem to like to outnumber me, let's make it 1-on-1. Send me your strongest guy." Mr. Wii says, "No, we do it on my turn." Dragoid says, no, I do it on my terms." With his sinister laugh, he traps both Caitlin and Darian. Mr. Wii says, "You monster! How dare you trap my friends?" Dragoid says, "I don't respect people who outnumber me. I prefer 1-on-1. Now fight me and prove that you're a man." Mr. Wii senses Dragoid's powers and knows he's stronger, but only by a little. Mr. Wii uses his speed that he perfected in the gravity chamber to outsmart Dragoid. It's obvious that Dragoid had the power advantage. It was a tough battle. Dragoid had the upper hand and Mr. Wii was hurt, but when Dragoid went for his final blow, Mr. Wii countered with a devastating strike and defeated Dragoid. Dragoid says, "Okay, you win. You can learn the lightning flash technique, and both your friends can learn ice and fire techniques as well. Happy?" "Yes." Mr. Wii says, "By the way, was there ever a Seamus Barsley?" Dragoid says, "No, I just say that to scare people into not coming here." After the fight, a strange foe appears. He goes by Dark Mr. Wii. Dark Mr. Wii says, "I am from another dimension. "You're me, so try striking me." Mr. Wii looks nervous and scared, but he punches it anyway, not even one pierce from the beam. Dark Mr. Wii says, "I will see you next time." The group return home, and the 64-man tournament begins. Darien does good and makes it to the third round. Caitlin makes it to the second round. The finals are underway. Mr. Wii and the undefeated David. The fight was competitive, but Mr. Wii had the upper hand throughout the entire fight. David says, "No, my undefeated streak is about to come to an end." David knew he was about to lose, so he gave Mr. Wii a low blow and got disqualified and suffered his first loss ever. David says, "You bastard, I'm gonna kill you now. I don't care about the stupid tournament." Super Fireball. Darien uses his newly used special technique. He uses his ice attack at full force, and David is frozen. Mr. Wii says, "Darien, you saved my life." The wise man says the winner of the tournament is Mr. Wii. Mr. Wii gets the Amulet of Ruby, and Mr. Wii's power grows from 2,000 5 times greater to 10,000. He says, "You too need a lot of training, no offense." The wise man says, "Mr. Wii, you're powerful, but to get the second amulet, you need to travel 300 miles to a pyramid in the desert. There is an Egyptian king there that holds it." Mr. Wii says, "Don't worry, Darien and Caitlin will go with me." Meanwhile, back at the kingdom, the Dark Forces have turned the civilians into slaves and turned them into Dark Forces as well. The king's most loyal servant, James, was turned into a shadow being, and the Emperor Vader has said that any human who enters the town will be killed. Emperor Vader will soon take control of the countries and then the world. This is becoming far more serious now, and Mr. Wii needs to collect the amulets quick before Vader takes over the entire world. What is Vader's master plan will go through? We'll find out in the next chapter, and will Mr. Wii get the amulet as well in the desert? Find out in Chapter 3.